This is the MacTalk with David podcast. Hello everybody and welcome to the MacTalk with David podcast. The podcast focused around everything from our favorite computer company in the world, Apple Incorporated. This is episode 3, MacBook or MacBook Pro. And welcome to another earth-shattering episode of MacTalk with David. I am David. This episode will be focused around, which is probably the most common question I receive in email just about every day, and that is, which is the better notebook for me, the MacBook or the MacBook Pro, and why? Let me start out by saying that the MacBook and MacBook Pro are very similar in many ways, but there are a few differences that make a big difference, especially if you're considering doing major video editing or if you're just planning to surf the internet and do word processing. And this episode will hopefully convince you of which notebook is the better choice for you. Let's start out with a brief description of both notebooks. Starting with the MacBook, it is basically your consumer notebook on the go if you're just looking to surf the web, do word processing, play around with photos, do light video editing, and even make some music with your MacBook, because I even have a friend that does music production with his MacBook, and he loves it very much. But the MacBook is just that, a consumer notebook. It has its limitations. The most obvious limitation is its graphics. It uses Intel GMA 950 integrated graphics. This means that when working with software that uses your video hardware, it actually borrows RAM from your system memory rather than dedicating full memory to the video chipset and only the video chipset. This is especially important if you're really into playing games on your Mac. While the MacBook is capable of playing games, just don't expect to play high-profile games like Half-Life 2 or Doom 3 with the specs set very high. For example, don't expect to play Half-Life 2 at a great resolution with high details, shadow detail set high shading, and all that good stuff. While you may be able to play it, just don't expect a great performance in return, and don't expect to play it like you're used to on a high-end desktop computer. I look at the MacBook as the ultimate notebook on the go for students. Now, this is what I receive in emails mostly. Hi David, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, and I'm planning to go to college next year, and I'm getting a MacBook. Do you think this will run? Do you think that will run? I'm planning to do this. Basically, if you're a student and you don't need to play high-profile games, the MacBook is excellent. Its 13.3-inch glossy screen is beautiful. Actually, let's stop right there. Okay, speaking of the glossy screen, that's also a common question I receive all the time. The glossy screen, in my opinion, is more of a gimmick. I mean, if you're really into video editing and graphic design and you need accurate color, I strongly suggest against getting the glossy screen. While you're forced to get it with the MacBook, on the MacBook Pro, it's an option. But if you can, avoid the glossy screen. But if you're just your average consumer looking to surf the web, play with your photos and stuff like that, the glossy screen is most likely fine. But be warned, if you're planning to use your MacBook in a well-lit area, you will see reflections on your screen, and that may annoy you sometimes, so just keep that in mind. Now, I have used the MacBook in several Apple stores. I am very impressed with it. It's a very nice product. I myself would love to own one right now, but unfortunately I don't have the money for one right now. But I do see myself getting one eventually, because it's very portable, and as you may know, I have a 17-inch PowerBook, and that's not exactly very portable. I mean, it is, but it's kind of big, so I'm kind of in need of a MacBook eventually. But if you're looking at the MacBook and you think it's the right computer for you, then I suggest going for it. I could talk for more than 10 minutes about the MacBook, but I won't. So I'm going to get to the next computer on the topic, and that's the MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro is very easy to explain, and I'll explain it in this one sentence. Think of the MacBook Pro as a powerful desktop on the go. That's all you need to know. If you're looking to do tasks on your Mac, such as heavy video editing, heavy photo editing, music production, anything like that, and you want to do it and you would like to do it on the go rather than sit at a desk all day, then the MacBook Pro is most likely the choice for you. Now, I've also played with the MacBook Pro in several Apple stores, and like the MacBook, I'm very impressed, but I'm very, very, very impressed by the MacBook Pro's performance. It's excellent. I've tried running applications on there like Final Cut Pro, Soundtrack, Motion, all those applications that use a lot of processing, a lot of graphics hardware, a lot of memory, and they ran very quickly. They even run a lot faster than my PowerBook, but that's not very hard to believe since they run Core 2 Duos now, and I'm still stuck on a G4. But, like I said, if you're looking to do tasks on the go that require a lot of power, then the MacBook Pro, hands down, is the right choice for you. And what's cool is the MacBook Pro comes in two sizes, 15.4-inch and 17-inch. And obviously they're both widescreen. And what's even cooler is that, like I said before, the MacBook Pro is a desktop on the go. So you can also leave it on a desk, close the lid, or leave the lid open, your choice. Plug it into an external monitor, like say for instance a 20-inch monitor like the one I'm using, and you can use it in desktop mode. And it's very fast, performance is up there, and it'll feel like you're using a desktop. And when you're done using it as a desktop, you take it off your monitor and go on the go, and you still have your work with you. So in a way, it's a desktop and a notebook in one. I could literally talk forever about the MacBook and the MacBook Pro. But for more information regarding these two great products, go to apple.com/MacBook or go to apple.com/MacBook Pro. There you can read the overview, the specs, the features, all the extra things you can order. You can even look at the software that will run on them and all that good stuff. So go there for more information, and if you still have any questions regarding these products, you can email me at mactalkwithdavid@gmail.com. And now it's time for voicemail. This episode's question is from Michael Sulima of Frederick, Maryland.
Hey, my name is Michael Sulima, and I'll be purchasing a new MacBook for college next year. I was wondering if I should wait for the new version of Mac OS X, Leopard, but it seems like a far time away. What do you think?
Thank you for the question, Michael. This is a very common question right now for Mac users, since unfortunately Leopard was delayed until October. So in my opinion, I think you should go for the MacBook now for one reason alone. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but in the summertime, Apple usually runs a program where if you buy a Mac, you get a free iPod Nano, and this is usually for students. So I suggest you get your MacBook between June and August, and you can get a free iPod Nano. So what's better than that? Yeah, having Leopard is better than that, probably, but Tiger is a great OS as it is, so I suggest getting a MacBook now and a free iPod Nano, so I hope that helps. And this concludes the third episode of Mac Talk with David. I would like to thank you guys very much for all the support. I really appreciate it. Please keep sending in those questions to mactalkwithdavid@gmail.com, mactalkwithdavid@gmail.com. I would also like to see you guys on MySpace and YouTube, so please check out my MySpace page, myspace.com/insanelygreat, and youtube.com/thecreative1. youtube.com/thecreative1. I have plenty of Apple videos there that should interest you guys, so please visit there, add me as a friend, post comments, all that good stuff. So thanks for listening to Mac Talk with David again, and I look very forward to providing content in my fourth episode. Thanks for listening.